Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and very excited to kick off the new year, 2023, with a car that we're very excited to sell. So come on over and take a look at it. Using the alphabet, we're starting with A, and this is an Aston Martin. This car is a 2016 Aston Martin Vantage GT. It, of course, is the Volante. It's the convertible version. We chose this car. We were very excited about this car when we heard about it. Of course, it's a V8 car, but it's also a 6-speed manual transmission car, a 3-pedal car. 2 owners. It was originally sold new in Vienna, outside of Washington, D.C. The second owner, who we acquired the car from, lived up in Connecticut. He had purchased the car a couple years ago. We have very complete service records for this car. I have the Aston Martin owner's book, and it has been serviced predominantly by Long Island Sports Cars in New York. We have every year it's had its annual servicing done, and it's noted in the book. Last year it was serviced by Long Island, and during that major servicing they replaced the rear brakes, the rotors and pads. They put a set of fresh new tires on the car. And then when we received the car, we just had it serviced by Steel Wings, which is the Aston Martin expert that we use. We're very familiar with Steel Wings, and John, he's gone over the car. He felt very good about the overall condition of the car. Please look at the chassis photos on this car. This is one of the rare Vantages. The underside of the car looks as good as the top. No one has damaged the aluminum underneath. The jacking points are perfect on the car. So very well cared for car. It's only been serviced by Aston Martin specialists. I do want to point out, it is noted on the Carfax report, the car had damage with the first owner. The story that we were told is someone backed into the left front of the car in a parking lot. It's a replacement headlight, and the Aston Martin service facility replaced the left front fender. During that servicing, the car was put on the Aston Martin alignment jig. Everything was checked on the car. All the specs and measurements are perfect and on spec. So all it was, headlight and a left front fender were done on the car, and that's all documented. The work is flawless. You really can't tell anything, can't see anything on the car. Coming around the side, of course, tires are about a year old, Potenzas, very little wear on them at this point. Today the car shows just under 14,000 miles. Of course, that's correct. It's 13,000 and some odd number. It's gorgeous in the black, of course, and a light gray leather interior. Virtually no wear on the interior leather surfaces. The piano black is perfect. All of the side pulls, the center console stack. There's no scratches, no marks anywhere. You'll notice if you look closely in the interior photos, and I'll direct your attention here, behind the rear seats, there's a little door here. That was actually installed by the previous owner who we purchased the car from. He would put things in there, and with the top down, things would blow out. So he made this little door. It's just temporary. It can be removed. So there's nothing done to the car. We left it in because it actually was functional, but that can come out. That was installed by the last dealer. Coming along the rear of the car, same story. It's all original paintwork on the rear of the car, the doors. In the trunk area, everything is as it should be, all the carpet trunk. Excellent condition. Typical Aston finish inside, which is beautifully done. Previous owner, we have an Aston Martin cover for the car, Aston Martin battery charger, which plugs into the cigarette lighter, and he had some Groit's cleaning products to take care of the car. Coming around the right side of the car, of course, all the lenses, all the trim, it's perfect. There are no marks. Coming along the right side of the car, same story. The right side passenger door, no marks on these trim pieces. I am definitely biased towards Astons. I have an Aston myself, and I also race an old Aston Martin DB4, so I love these cars. This car, of course, has a 6-speed manual transmission, a true manual transmission. It's phenomenal to drive. The power and torque of the V8 is just great. The shifting pattern is wonderful. Everything is working on the car. The leather stitching, all of the dash, I don't like to use the word perfect, but it's as close to perfect as it can be. There's no stretching, there's no shrinkage. The car has been inside its whole life and very well cared for. So all the wear points you look for in the car are not existent on this car. Just excellent, excellent overall condition. We'll be posting all of the servicing that we've seen done on the car. Let me pop the hood real quick, because that, of course, is a lot of the fun with an Aston. When John went over the car at Steel Wings, he called me to say, you really have a good one here. Overall condition, just excellent on the car. When it was last serviced by the New York dealership, it did have a small oil leak on the front timing cover seal, the crankshaft seal. So they did a warranty and replaced the crankshaft seal on the timing cover, pulled the timing cover off, resealed it, put a new improved crankshaft seal on, and that was all done by the dealership, by Long Island Aston, under the previous owner. So there you have it. It also, if you look at the chassis photos, this car has no marks on the front spoiler. Underneath is perfect. It hasn't scraped any driveways or any curbing. Just perfect underneath the car. So it's a fully serviced, just freshly serviced, well cared for, good history, gorgeous color combination. If you have any specific questions, please contact us. We'll be happy to answer them. And it's a wonderful car. We just need to find a nice home for it. Thanks for looking at one of our first cars of the new year.